order the Carroll County Technical Transportation Committee meeting. In the absence of a quorum, we will pass over the approval of the meeting minutes from the previous meeting and go into our first agenda item. We will be taking feedback on our proposed traffic count stations. This is something that we've sent out and asked for feedback on, and we have gotten some good feedback from members of this committee as well as the administrative committee. But we wanted to, kind of give everyone another chance to see the whole picture and talk about it and make sure that we have everything in order before we get started on taking these in the next couple months. So, Ari, if you want to go ahead and
Okay. Yeah, so again, background info, we do traffic counts every year. It's on a 3-year cycle, the same stations every 3 years. I think 2020 was one of the years we did the CAFO counts, if I remember correctly. So in 2020, we didn't have the same stations as these. So I went back to 2017 primarily to get these stations. But there are also some in 2020. We do 65 counts each year. And I think in your packet there should be a list of all the locations there as well on the 3rd or 4th page of the maps in addition to the points. Before this meeting, I did email out the proposed draft. I heard some feedback from a couple of folks and made some changes based on that feedback. Added, I think, primarily some stations in Delphi. Let me see here. There were some kind of by City Park that I added, and also some by Clay Street there. And also one by Charles Street, I think, were the additions. So there's one other one out by, it's like 800 North or something. I'd have to look at my list here, which one it was. I can't remember offhand. Anyway, I made changes based on feedback. So if you have any additional feedback you would like to make based on these proposed stations, let me know now or email me after the meeting. We do have the Armory Road locations here again, so we can do 1 year to the next. I need to make sure of that. So, other than that, just kind of the standard stations. I guess I cut a few low count locations for the new ones in Delphi. Just ones that were like under 100 daily traffic per day.
When will these take place?
Where or when?
When?
Early spring, probably after April.
Okay. Because that 700 West will be, everybody will be coming down Wilson with the Adams Street team. Are they going to have that one lane?
which one?
For the Adams Street CCMG job, is that one lane, or so that 700 West one there, that'll
Yeah,
be
they're gonna have to,
mostly coming down Wilson one.
they're gonna have to maintain at least the lane of traffic to get through.
Okay, yeah, I did hear about some closures, I think from Mayor Whirling mentioned it. And I think I navigated them around that, but maybe the one at 700 West by Adams Street would be impacted by that.
No, I think you changed it because it was on Adams Street, and you changed it to, is that what you guys believe too? It was, the first draft I got had it right on Adams, and I emailed Nita and Aaron and said, is that going to affect that? Because they're going to be under construction here probably, what, March?
Yeah, we're looking at mid-March probably, tentatively speaking.
Okay, yeah, I know I made some changes for construction, so sounds like it's the right change.
Yep.
Good.
I'm sorry, you said April for start time?
After April. Probably, yeah.
School,
May 28th.
I just want to make sure we capture the school traffic for the speeds, yeah.
Yeah, those will be the first couple counts we'll do while the school's in session. So, yeah. Sounds like maybe there's no comments, and again, you can email us later if you think of things or whatever, so. All right, I guess that's it for me then.
Okay, so then we can go ahead and move on to the next item, which is the 18-month letting list. So pretty short letting list. So we did note that there was one item on here that was supposed to be on a March 15th of this year letting, a small structure maintenance and repair project that is no longer listed. That had previously shown up, but we didn't see it again when we ran our check into NDOT system. So I suppose that would be a question for someone at NDOT, as it's their project, as to why exactly it didn't get listed. We also had another project, bridge replacement project, that was supposed to be on kind of a later letting, an August letting, which is the next fiscal year. And again, same issue, previously listed, not currently listed anymore, from what we could see. And then we did have one change. We had a project slide back that was supposed to be let February a couple days ago. And that was moved back to a May letting. That's on State Road 18, a substructure repair and rehabilitation project. So my guess would be that the reason that went back is because it had to be rebid. As you guys may have heard, this is kind of an issue we're dealing with not only around the country really, not only around the country, but around the state, where a lot of projects are coming in significantly over engineers' estimates, which is causing local projects to not be able to let because locals can't meet those matches in many cases. And of course, the state has rules about, if a bid's a certain amount over the engineer's estimate, then they'll rebid it. So we've seen some of those same issues with some of our projects in Tippecanoe County as well. My guess would be that that's what's impacting this project along State Road 18, but I don't know that for sure. Other than that, we do have kind of a gap as we're getting close to when you kind of shut down getting project lettings, especially NDOT doesn't really like to get much past April if they can. So having a May letting is a little unusual change. Hopefully, at least that time, the project will sell and we'll be able to keep things moving. Again, something we'll just kind of have to keep an eye on. It's something that's not a problem that's unique to us. There's not necessarily a lot, we as the area planning commission can do about it either, of course. Just something to kind of keep an eye on.
One that I got from NDOT, I know it's not going to be on here, and it might not be in our next meeting either, but with these guys here, I think it's important that we get ahead of it. It's the Deer Creek right there in town. I think it's 2025 or 20.
Might be 24.
24, yeah. So obviously with that location, I know the last time it was done, it was pretty tricky, and obviously now it's going to be tricky again with that being right smack dab where everybody comes from high school and Packers and all that. So I don't know at what point we'll start really getting flooded with information on it, but they sent some small plans and all that, but they said they would keep in touch with us so we can keep in touch with Chief and all the fire, police personnel, EMS, all that, so they can plan accordingly as well, and school routes.
So is that something you've gotten from like an NDOT project manager? That's your
well, they're doing all the consultants. Yeah, I've had about 5 consultants. They're doing just the basics, getting started with the engineering and the soft stuff. Now that like we had last year, we had them all come all at once, and this one I don't think we can let that happen. It's that locations.
Yeah, that's
before we
really
get ahead of it. Yeah, especially with Packers, like I said. So, Mike Fincher, I send all these to Mike Fincher now because he's our EMA director. That when stuff happens, he divvies everything out to the entire county for fire chiefs, police chiefs, EMS. So that's something that we can probably do for that one. That way, instead of waiting until a week before and everybody goes, it's going to be closed. Whatever we can do for that, because I know Mike gets about 1,000 phone calls. That's those broken down.
Yeah, if that's NDOT's project, it might be worth reaching out to NDOT and seeing if we can get some of their people to come down and do like a public information meeting, as well as put out press release and so on along their communication channels. just to kind of try to get the word out, if nothing else. So that might be something to look into.
Unfortunately, I missed that first meeting. My wife was, I missed that first day to come down and did a field survey. Were you part of that?
I was supposed to, yeah, but I think I was at another one too. So they're gonna have several more, but they're just starting the soft stuff right now. So once it really gets going, we can take it along with NDOT and tell them. I think they have I don't know what their time frame is to put it out to the public. There's a certain time frame, but for us to get ahead of it with first responders and school buses and packers and everything else,
Yeah.
stay on top of it. So they sent two different scenarios. They sent one where it was completely closed, and I go, whoa. And so that kind of spooked me a little bit. Then they had one where it had that one lane. So which one they're going to choose, we're not. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
So I asked whoever they sent me to, anything you guys get, if you can please send it to me, and I can send it to Aaron, and the mayor, and Brooke, and keep everybody kind of ahead of the game instead of last minute. So we'll keep an eye on it.
Okay, good. All right, well, any further questions about the letting list? Well, that's actually all that we had on the docket from our end for this meeting. Did you guys have any other issues you wanted to bring up? Okay, well, we weren't officially in session, so I don't think we need a motion for adjournment. We can just adjourn. So thank you all for your time. We do want to point out the next meeting dates. So May 9th is going to be our next meeting. So we'll look forward to seeing everyone then. Thank you.